Right. So yeah, it's important to note Gran Turismo in a couple of weeks anyway will turn 2 years old, 4th of March 2022. So I think it's important to have a little look back over the past 2 years and see what we've received, and then from that kind of see what we'd expect to receive in the coming years. Now this video is kind of based off some of the stuff I've seen on Hammer Studios gaming channel about the remainder of the leaked car list and some of those videos, but I'm going to be doing my kind of take on it. So firstly, let's talk about the cars that have been added since launch. Now most of you probably already know this, but in the 6th of June, probably about 3 months after the release, there was a data miner who found a leaked car list of about 120 cars that were apparently going to be coming to the game. And then since then, these cars have been gradually getting added to the point where now it's pretty much believable. I believed it from the very start, but I know some people are sceptical, whereas now it's almost set in stone and these are the cars that will be added. Obviously there's been some extra cars that weren't on the list, but I think there's about 120 of these, like I said, and either 50 or 70 of these cars have already been added. Now they have added some of the really good cars from the list, so let me go and kind of read out some of the better cars that have been on there that they've added, and we'll talk a little bit about them. So the first one right at the start is Mercedes 190e Evo. That was added last month or the month before. Now I've spoken about this car a little bit before, but yeah, it's a really good car. Really fun to have some classic Mercedes in the game. Obviously it's saloons, you can do the touring car stuff, you can get up to around 500 horsepower, handles really well, looks really nice, and obviously you can get the body kits, make it into all the AMGs and all that stuff. So yeah, that is obviously a very good car. The sleeker World Rallycross, this was added quite a while ago actually, 1995. This was the one that had a massive turbo boosting up from 295 horsepower to 600 something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is a really fun car to drive around, just something different, adding some of these classic rally cars back. To be honest, we don't really have much in the way of older rally cars. We have the Audi Quattro and the Peugeot 205. They're very much in like a league in their own. Also the 1932 Ford Roadster, this was added right in the start. Yeah, really old car, really good car actually. They're unique, got some interesting gearing, interesting gearbox, that lot. A very fun car to drive around. The Lancia Evo 3 GSR, and I'll couple this with the Subaru Impreza 2004. Once again, it's nice to have some other variants, the Subarus. While these didn't really add anything specific to the game, it's just nice to have the increased car list, just something a little bit different to work with. Especially from the Subaru, it's the only one of that generation, is it? Hawkeye or Blob Eye or something like that that's been added. So yeah, it'd be nice if we could have a 2000s Evo to be added to balance that one out. That'd be nice. The Nismo 400R. I know this one's very popular, quite expensive, but obviously very iconic to the series and just in general. Obviously you've got the bright yellow paint jobs. Yeah, I know it's a classic, added recently in that massive update. Yeah, the XJ220, I know this one was a very popular car. I even done a video showcasing this one. Obviously got the insane speed, the classic looks. Yeah, it's a really good car. You also got the Toyota Alphard. I know a lot of people didn't really expect this one. You've got the four-wheel drive van, so that's very good. You've got the Cayman GT4. Obviously I love Porsches. I know a lot of people do actually, and I don't think they make the Cayman anymore, or it's the 718 kind of been rebranded, but yeah. From 2016, I'm guessing they had the license for this in GT6. I'm not really sure what happened. Actually no, it wouldn't have been, because that had been before. GT Sport, I mean, there we go. Two very hard-hitting cars here. The first one is the Challenger Demon. This car was really popular and it's insane. I know it's not lived up to some people's expectations, but you've got to remember we can't have drag tyres in this game, and the car essentially is a brick, so it's not going to be getting any top speed tests. But it is very fun. You can get over 1,000 horsepower in this thing. It's insane. And arguably the most anticipated car of this list, the Bugatti Chiron 2016. Now I know I'm still waiting to get this, but I know this car is very popular. famous Bentley combined with a Ferrari. 300 miles an hour, insane acceleration, good brakes, but capable of stopping it. The Corvette C1 from 1958. This was a classic car that was added with the Ford Roses. Nice to have some classic American muscle. Also, the Suzuki Escudo. I know everyone was looking forward to this one. Probably one of the best cars that have been added, if I'm being honest. The Alfa Romeo Giulia GT80 2020. Now, I love this car. It's got a saloon, lots of power, really good handling, looks insane, good paint jobs. Yeah, great car. Or one of the other anticipated cars was the Lexus LFA. Now, this thing sounds amazing. It's also pretty quick. Maserati Merak, I know that was very popular. The McLaren MP4-4 from 1988, of course, with the classic Marlboro orange and white livery. Now, I know this was once again very popular. It's quite expensive, I will say that, but it's a nice rival to the Gran Turismo Formula 1 car that's in the game. Obviously, the Sierra Cosworth RS500. This is a nice car to go along with the Mercedes 190e Evo, as I mentioned earlier. The Skyline Super Silhouette 1984. This is another highly anticipated car coming back from GT2, I believe. Fantastic car. You can use it in Group 3. Really good. A couple of Porsches to end it off. The 904 Carrera GTS from 1964. And the 918 Spider, obviously another anticipated car from 2013. So out of this list, they have added a load of hard-hitting, heavy-hitting. They've chosen the best cars, I think. They know these cars will draw attention sheer on the LFA, the 918. They've also got some classic cars from the series, the Escudo and the Super Silhouette, to kind of bring those old players back. So let's have a little bit of a talk about some of the cars that are on this list that could be added. Some of the significant ones anyway. First one is the Peugeot 208 Pikes Peak. Now this thing is insane, 0 to 60 in about 1.7 seconds. Not sure whether it will have dirt tyres, but it'll be like the Escudo was in GT2, GT3, but that now obviously. Some Ferraris, 430 Scuderia, 599, 507, 57, I think that's a Ferrari, I'm not really sure. Nice to have some new Ferraris in the game, obviously. I know a lot of Ferrari fans, they'll be happy with that. This is a good one, the Renault R5 Maxi Turbo. This can go along with the Peugeot 205 Turbo, providing it's the rally version. The Renault Aventine V6 can go in the what's called the Alpha. I know a lot of people turn this into the F1, obviously. The Buick GNX, I know this is a very popular car. I can understand why, very good. Castrol NSX, this is the green one, which I made a tune for very, very long time ago. This can go with the Pennzoil Nismo, the Skyline Super Silhouette, and all those kind of classic cars that have been brought back to the series. The Fiat Coupe Turbo Plus, I absolutely love this car. Front wheel drive, sounds amazing, looks amazing. Hoping that one gets added. The Roof CTR from 1987. Now, with the introduction of Porsches, we've kind of lost some of the roofs we had in the game, but it'd be nice if we had both at the same time. And obviously, the CTR is a very good car, very fast, so I'd like that to be added. The Delta HF World Rallycross, this can rival the Audi Quattro. Nice to have some more Lancia representation for rally cars in the game. Obviously, they've got the 037, the Stratos, the Delta, none of which have been added. The Eagle Speedster. Now, this car is really good. I love this car. I don't know if it'd be added, but if it was, then obviously that's a bonus. Now, according to this, we should see the return of Lotus with the Lotus Elise from 2011. The Elise 190 from 1996, that's a very good car. The Esprit V8, that's good. The Rover Special and the Evora GT4 and GT3. Now, I'm not really sure why Lotus was cancelled, but I'd love to see them back. Sports car, low power but very low weight, focused on track performance. and that's something that's been lacking in a lot of these games. The Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and Porsches, they're very good cars, but they're not, bone stripped of all their weight type thing. We've got the back mono and the radical. So it'd be nice just to have something else really to mess around with, because some of those cars, the radicals are right, but the back mono's just not competitive at all. Some more Evos and some more Imprezas, that'd be nice to boost the numbers up. Even some more Audis, which would be quite nice, RS6 Avant, some BMWs in the Z4. Here's what I'm excited for, the Caterham 7 Superlight R500. This thing's insane, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. This will be a monster if it ever gets added, and I really hope it does. It'll be a nice return to Caterham. Some more American cars with the Audi Quattro S1 from 1986, that would be nice. They reckon there's going to be an 037 Lancia. Some more roofs, the Roof Roadster I think that is, and obviously the Roof RGT, that would be nice. Some more BMWs that they reckon are going to be added, I'm not really sure. That would be nice, I do quite like BMWs. Volvo V40 would be good to introduce Volvo to the game, and apparently a Porsche 911 Turbo S from 1993. So we have got a load of cars to be looking forward. As Hammer Studios said, I think that's his name, I'm not really sure how they're going to release it, because they've released the best ones. I'm assuming they're going to be releasing most of these, leave a little bit left over from GT8 or the next GT whenever that comes out, likely 2027 I reckon. Obviously we're going to be getting some other cars. So we had the Pennzoil Nismo, that came out, and that wasn't on the list. That was very much unexpected, but really good car. So now let's have a little bit of a talk about some of the tracks that I'd like to see added. So the first one is, we've had a lot of variations, if you will, of the Rome circuit in GT series. Now in GT2 there was their version of Rome, GT3 it kind of got reworked, GT6 it was then a different Rome. We haven't really had any Rome circuits. Now there isn't a set Rome circuit that I'd like, but obviously I've had a lot in the series and I'd like to see a Rome circuit, boost up the Italian track numbers. I know I've already got 3 or 4, but it would be quite nice. Also a second Spanish circuit in the Madrid circuit, a variation of one of those would be quite nice. Also one thing I could potentially see returning is Autumn Ring. So obviously this has been featured in loads of games. I think GT4, GT6 especially, those two. Quite a small circuit, but it's actually really nice to drive. It's got quite a good flow. Obviously the scenery, which is called Autumn Ring obviously. I could definitely see this one being added, because I don't think they wouldn't have to rework it as much. They just have to make it HD, slightly change this and then it'd be done, whereas they're not having to rebuild a track completely from scratch. Bearing in mind they've redone Trial Mountain, Deep Forest and Grand Valley, I could definitely see this one being added, and honestly I would quite like that. Ascari from Spain, it's a classic track from GT6. Quite a long track. So quite a long track, but it's a really good track. Some more Spanish representation. I mentioned about how there's not much things going on in Spain really. Tracks that is. So it would be nice to get Spain on the map again. And the final track which I would like to see added is Apricot Hill Raceway. Now this kind of goes with the classic 4. You've got Grand Valley, Trial Mountain, Deep Forest and Apricot Hill Raceway. Apricot Hill Raceway hasn't been touched in GT7, but all the other 3 have been reworked. So what is the chances this track had come back? Now this is really iconic because you've got that Suzuka-like turn to begin with. Obviously that really long straight at the front. Yeah, it's a really iconic track, the series. I do love racing here. It's long enough, I'd say, and I'd love to see this one being added. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.